Imagine you're in school. A math test has just started and you need to get a pen out of your bag, but you can't find it. The teacher sees you going through your bag and walks over. She asks you, "Are you cheating?" In grade 8, when I was living in the south of France, this happened to me. And I certainly was extremely frustrated and highly stressed. 5 years later, I can't even remember if I passed the test or not. But this seemingly insignificant moment was the first one that appeared to me when I was brainstorming ideas for my project. I realized that I wasn't the only one with this problem, and ran a survey to determine the scale of it. I discovered that 90% of the people I surveyed also had experienced this problem. What if I'd had an extra pocket that day where I could have put my pen so that it was easily found? I came up with the idea to make it possible for the people to customize their bags so there has a secret compartment, more pockets, wider straps, or a special pocket for their 13 squirrels and pet cactus. I also wanted a bigger challenge for my project. I could have just made some pants, which would have been a lot more simple, but I wanted to make something more unique and something that would have a stronger impact on me as a person. In addition to this, the fashion industry is becoming more and more sustainable, but bags are one of the latest products to have entered the new field. I got my idea, found out that hasn't been done before, and put it into reality. What would my bag look like? When I was 5 years old, I went to a ski shop and spotted some pink overalls. I immediately bought one. I loved pink, and most of my clothes were pink. 2 years later, my friend, let's call him Hugo, would teach me that pink is for girls and blue is for boys. I thought to myself, damn, okay, I guess I can't wear this anymore. I told my mom that I no longer liked my pink clothes, and we donated them. At 14, it all changed again. I was talking with a different friend, and she asked me what my favorite color was. I said that I didn't know, and she guessed that it was gray. But gray wasn't at all my favorite color. What number do you see in the circle? All I can see is a circle. I'm colorblind, so I love bright colors that I can see clearly and that stand out in my view of the world. I asked my friend why she thought it was gray, and she told me to look at what I was wearing. It was all gray. I came home later that day and looked at my wardrobe, mostly gray. After my friend, Hugo, had told me that, as well as all my other friends leaving my school, I was left by myself and started mentally going downhill. I had unknowingly started wearing lots of gray to act as a way to hide, and had kept wearing it even though I'd grown away from that moment. One thing that I have learned and believe in is that you are what you wear. What I mean by this is that you express yourself with your clothes. And therefore, I didn't want people to assume that I was a sad and boring person. And I wanted them to know that I'm positive and friendly. So, I got new clothes. Again. After changing, I realized that I really liked picking out the clothes and how much what I wore mattered to me. Last year, while flying back from Sweden, I had stocked up a full suitcase of really cool clothes and put in the X-ray. By the time I went through, it was gone. Someone had stolen it. I was sad, but after my quarantine, I decided to buy a sewing machine to start making my own clothes. This was my first step of my project and how I learned to start sewing. Since I was a boy, I've always hated throwing things away and always tried to fix them instead. I hate wasting things, so naturally, when thinking about my project, I want it to be as sustainable as possible. Excuse me, could I please borrow your scarf? Thank you. I love this scarf, and it feels like cotton. But what is cotton? To many, it is believed that because it is natural, it does not cause much harm to the environment. Contrary to this, it is the second most common material in the fashion industry and a highly water-intensive plant. It takes about 2,700 liters of water to produce one cotton shirt, and over 7,500 liters of water to produce a pair of jeans. That's enough water for one person to drink 8 cups per day for 10 years. When it comes to textile waste, 17 million metric tons of clothing get thrown away into landfills every year. And the equivalent of one garbage truck full of clothes gets burned or dumped in a landfill every second. These landfills are increasing rapidly and are soon to become our Earth's second skin. Which leads me to bags. Have you ever thought about where used bags end up? Bags are mainly made out of polyester and other highly hazardous materials, which are incredibly complicated to produce and cause a tremendous amount of pollution during manufacturing alone. Many of them are also manufactured as quickly and cheaply as possible, and usually in countries where labor laws are not as strict. There is also no practical solution to recycling a bag due to the wide mix of materials that are incredibly slow to separate. I wanted to introduce something new that both fulfills young adults' needs and allows them to easily self-express through what they wear. I came up with the idea to create a website that lets people customize their purchases. Here's my website. It's a work in progress that'll be finished later in the year. Currently, when a user opens up the website, they'll be shown the displays of the current collection, and below the pre-designed ones, they'll be shown the same ones, but with the option of customization. Let's make one together. I'm going to pick this one. First, we're going to design the front pocket. I want those who want a single pocket to cheer first, and then those for a double. Single pocket. Double pocket. All right. I'm pretty sure that the second one won. How exciting. Now, do we want a back pocket on our tail, on our bag? I'll take that as a yes. And finally, do we want a surprise tail on our bag? Hey. All right, I guess we do. Finished. And here is the result. Let's talk about how it was made. I worked with Arief, who helped me make the website and design this bag. G'day, who made the pattern, and Muji, who sewed it. The back strap and the back fabric are made of recycled tires that I got from a yoga mat from Indosol, who were kind enough to gift one to me. The outside fabric is made of pre-consumer waste, and the inside lining fabric is made of 100% recycled polyester. And here's our tail. This next bag was also made by Muji, but designed by me. And this fanny pack was made by Iberio out of hemp fabric and dyed by me using natural dyes made out of Setrong bark that I only recently found out in one of my classes here at the school with Ibepuri. Now, these next bags are all made by me. And as I only started sewing at the beginning of my project, this was more of a learning experience for me, and they're all prototypes. This Japanese bag was made of some old shirts that I had grown out of, and it can be worn on both ways as it has designs on both sides. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right. This very simple tote bag was made out of a used billboard. I contacted all of the billboard companies in Bali, and none replied except one, who also were kind to give one to me for free. These two wallets are made of cork leather. This wallet was made of an used leather bag and an old chain. And finally, this handbag was made of some old pants and an old belt with aluminium inside to give its pyramid shape. I can't count how many hours I've spent to make these bags and how many times I've decided to change the fabrics I'd be using to make them. Imagine if you tried for multiple weeks or months to order some fabric or to get a bag made. The tailor or supplier bamboozles you at the very last minute. What am I going to do with this project from this moment on? I'll do a gap year. That's the yoga mat, by the way. I will do a gap year, and I'm planning on building up this business so that it is ready to launch after I'm done with university. I have many plans for it, such as creating other fashion apparel, which will also be sustainable and customizable. I will also launch a separate collection of bags, which will come with an included NFT that will be created after the customer has customized their bags so they can integrate the bags in both worlds. Whilst this might not change the world, I hope that my idea can have some impact of what is possible, for people to see that cool things can be environmentally friendly too. This journey didn't come easy, but I wanted to address some of the problems that I came across. What are some of the problems that you have faced that you might solve? If I can do it, anyone can. Thank you.